Take the hands, let them relax facing down. Let your shoulders roll back and let yourself find ease here. Focus on your posture, how you are seated. Allow yourself to lengthen through your spine and pull up just a little bit taller. Eyes will gently open. You'll take the hands, bring them to the heart. Inhale, you'll reach up to the sky with a breath in. And on the exhale, you'll gently lean to your left. Left hand coming down to the floor, right hand overhead. On the inhale, you'll lift back up. On the exhale, right hand down to the floor, left hand overhead. And reach back up once again. And hands will come down to the floor. You'll take the right hand, bring it over to the left knee, seated nice and upright through the shoulders, a gentle twist to your left. And you'll look forward. Left hand will come across the right knee, right hand to the floor, and a gentle twist. You'll look forward once again. Taking your time and pat up the knees if you need to. Your two legs will come around and we're going to come onto a tabletop. And in our tabletop, we're going to just take cat and cow at your own pace. So inhaling and exhaling in cat and cow. And just allowing there to be some movement in your spine and some movement where you need it to be. And after one more round, we're going to take our body and gently shift it forward and lower ourselves onto the stomach here. When we get down on the stomach, elbows are going to gently hug the sides of the body. Toes are going to curl under, or pardon me, flatten to the floor. And we're just going to gently lift the heart and chest. And then exhale and come back down to the floor. We're going to do this 4 more rounds, so 5 total. Inhale, lifting heart and chest. Exhaling and coming back down. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale down. So a lot of back bend to start here. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. And once more, inhale. Lift the hip bones, curl all 10 toes under, and find a downward facing dog. And in your downward facing dog, you might shift forward into plank, and then push the hips back to downward dog. And just find that spot that feels really good for you to be in this morning. So it might mean shifting again into plank and shifting back over to downward facing dog, taking up a lot of space on your mat. We'll do it one more time, shifting into plank and pushing back to downward facing dog. And looking forward, you're going to step your feet to the front of your mat. Take opposite hand around each elbow and let yourself just hang out here. And you can swing side to side in ragdoll. The head can be really heavy here in ragdoll. Do whatever you would like to do in ragdoll here. One more deep inhale in ragdoll. Deep exhale out, release the hands to the ground. Take your time and reach up to the sky with a breath in. And bring your hands back to the heart. Widen the 2 feet. Inhale, arms will lift up and reach up to the sky. You'll hook the thumbs and gently lean to the right. Inhale and reach back up. Lean to the left. Reach back up once again. Bring your hands to your heart. And then just hinging at the hip bones, fold to the floor. Bend the right knee. Bring the right hand to the left big toe and twist here. Big breath in. Fold, exhale. And then bending the left knee, left hand by the right toes. Right hand to your hip, breathe in. Go ahead and hinge forward and fold. Root to rise, inhale, reach up. And hands will come to the heart space. Come to the front space of where you are moving on your mat. Inhale, arms will lift up, breath in. Exhale, you'll swan dive and come down to the floor to forward fold. Halfway lift on an inhale here. And on your exhales, hands come down to the mat. Feel free, if vinyasa is in your practice, to move through that high plank to low. Inhaling to cobra or lifting your thighs down, up dog. And downward facing dog when you're ready. Heel bones sink, head is heavy. You will look forward with the gaze and step the feet. Halfway lift on an inhale. On an exhale, you're folding, rooting to rise. Inhale, heart and chest, lift up. And hands will come to the heart, exhale out. You're going to take 3 more rounds, inhaling and lifting up for mountain pose. Exhaling and swan diving to the floor to forward fold. Halfway lift on inhale. And as hands come to the mat, feet step back. A deep inhale and exhale in downward dog is a great option as well. Or you'll move through high and low plank here. Meeting in downward dog. Looking forward and stepping your feet to the front of the mat. Halfway lift on inhale. Exhaling and heaviness and folding. Rooting to rise. Inhale, heart and chest lift. Hands will come to the heart. Exhale out. Round 3 of 4 rounds. Inhale, reach up, mountain pose. Exhale and swan dive to the floor, forward fold. Halfway lift on an inhale. On an exhale, fold. Step feet back. And again, vinyasa or downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, looking forward, stepping the feet to the front of your mat. Halfway lift on an inhale. On an exhale, fold. Rooting to rise, inhale, lift up, breath in. And hands will come to the heart, breath out. One more round, inhale, reach up, mountain pose, breath in. Swan dive to the floor, breath out. Halfway lift. Go ahead and step back and move through the flow. Meet in downward facing dog, whatever serves you this morning. From downward facing dog, let's breathe in 3 inhales before we step forward and 3 exhales out. So just really allowing there to be length and space. And maybe there's a different experience and feeling now that we have warmed our body in our downward facing dog here. Notice that. Breathe in and out. Look forward to step your feet. Halfway lift on inhale. On exhale, fold and root to rise. Inhale. And bring hands to heart. Exhale. Bring yourself to the center space on your mat or wherever you are practicing yoga. So you have room to move on the right and left side of you. And then sit back into chair. So sitting back into chair, the weights in the heels of our feet. Arms can lift up, breath in. And then on a breath out, we're going to step the feet to each direction, right and left. And inhale and reach up. Turn the 5 toes on each foot out. And then exhale, a moonflower. You'll come down to the floor here. And inhale and reach back up. Exhale again, kneecaps are bending. You're sitting down into a chair. Inhaling back up. One more time, exhale here. And inhale. And then hands will come to heart. You'll take your right leg, turn the right 5 toes, and take the left foot and turn it towards the side here. Right 5 toes, it's going to feel a little bit like warrior 2. Come down onto the inside of your right thigh with the right arm, and left arm will lift up. You'll circle the left arm, half circle, and then reverse the circle and reach back up. And you'll do that 2 more times, right here. And lift, inhale. Once more, exhale. And inhale. And then once you get through that, you're going to come up and straighten right leg for triangle pose. You see triangle usually so much later in practice. Today it's much sooner. Pushing left hip outward and reaching with the right arm. Right arm will come down to your thigh and you'll open up your heart here. Breathe in and breathe out. Once again, breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. And come on up and turn the right foot forward, the direction we are facing. Left toes will turn themselves out. Breathe in. Exhale, come down into side angle on that side. Opening up your heart and chest, your shoulders are stacked. You'll start to draw this half circle, loosening up your shoulder. This is going to become a flow eventually here. Exhale. And inhale. One more time, exhale. And inhale. And then lift yourself up nice and upright and pull the right hip back. Feel the left hip and inner thigh stretching as you reach forward, and then hold and pose in triangle pose. Heart and chest are open here. You'll lift your heart and chest up. You'll turn the 10 toes to face forward. And our first round in between movement is to push our hip bones back right here. Kneecaps are bent. And then you're going to come to the right thigh. Inhale, center, knees are both bent. Come over to the left thigh. You're pushing the hip bones back and the knee tracks over middle toe. So let's do that with a flow. Exhale here. Inhale, center with a hinge at the hip. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. And inhale, center. Take your time, reach up, breath in. And hands will come to heart, breath out. Step the feet together. Shake everything out. A lot of opening through the hip in our inner thigh this morning. Sit back into chair. We're going to create a flow in this, a few rounds, and then add in. So you could jump from here out into that star pose. Knees will turn out, 10 toes will turn out. Moonflower, exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Inhale. One more time, exhale. Inhale. Go ahead and turn to the right side, bend into the right knee. Exhale, come down to side angle, half circle. Inhale, reverse, and come upright. Reach, 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 reach with the right arm. Exhale, triangle. Right leg is now straight. Inhale, come back up. Turn the 5 toes, hands to heart. Left toe turns to the side. Exhale, come down into side angle. The knee is bent. Half circle and reverse. Rise up, inhale, straightening left leg, push the right hip. Triangle pose, exhale. Inhale, rise up. 10 toes face the same direction as your nose. Hands in prayer, sit back. Over to right thigh. Inhale and over to left thigh. Inhale. Prasarita, wide-legged fold, a little stillness here now. Head is heavy. Let it go. Shake out the head, nod your head, and let yourself stretch here. Now take your time, bend the knees and root to rise. Inhale, lift up. And bring your hands to the heart space. Step the 10 toes and feet together once again. Shake everything out. We're going to add in a little bit here from what we've already come into with a flow. So be mindful of that as well as we move. So sitting back into chair. Knees are bent, arms will lift up, breath in, and then breath out, step. And I did kind of a little softer step that time. Breath in, turn the 10 toes, moonflower, breath out. So same for a moment here, breath in. Hands to heart, breath out. Take the left foot, turn the left foot, right 5 toes, turn. And taking your time from here, come down into side angle and open up the arm and reverse the circle. Still the same, lift up, pull back into the hip and reach into triangle. And from triangle pose, bend the knee, and straighten the knee. So just a little added. From this, lift up, reverse triangle. So the right leg stays straight, left leg is zipped up as well, and as the right arm energetically reaches, and left arm energetically reaches, we're feeling this energetic pulling action of our two limbs. One more deep inhale. And release. Bring the hand down to your hip bone. Turn the foot. Breath in. Breath out. As the right foot faces forward, turn the left 5 toes to face the side. You'll take side angle with our half circle. So we come down to the inside of our thigh. And we're adding that motion of a circle and reversing it. And then taking our time from there, we're lifting up through our heart, stacking the shoulders over hips. Triangle pose is next. And then our little addition here is to bend the knee. And then straighten the leg and come back up. You'll reach up with the left arm and right arm will reach down. And you'll find reverse triangle here. There's a really generous stretch in this pose. Something we typically aren't seeing with our body, this kind of movement and motion here. One more deep inhale. And then go ahead and bring your hands to your heart. Turn the 10 toes to face forward, breath in. For wide-legged fold on this round, Prasarita, we're adding a twist. Come down to the floor. Center the left hand and reach the right arm and twist. Your palm faces the same direction you are facing. Go ahead and bring the right hand to the floor, replace it where the left was, and reach the left arm to the sky here. Twisting and breathing in and out. You'll bring left hand to the floor, one breath in and out and wide-legged fold. And take your time and reach up to the sky and bring your hands to your heart. Step your feet together, shake everything out. One more round here. This round is going to engage into our legs slightly more, and we're going to add in a little bit of balance. From there, we'll come into some deeper stretches at the mat as well. So as the legs come together, the kneecaps come together, sit back into chair once again for these moon salutations, a variety here. We've taken out vinyasa flow, by the way, if you've maybe noticed. Step the feet out, breath in. It can be nice to take that out at times. Breath out, bring hands to heart. Turning the right foot, bend the knee, side angle, half circle. Let's give our shoulder a little love today in reverse. Straighten out, breath in, triangle pose, breath out. Bend the knee and straighten. Lift up, reach up. And from reverse triangle, turn the 5 toes and have everything face out to 10 and 2. Horse pose or also goddess pose, depending. We bend into the kneecaps and arms lift up. And this is where we use that little bit of strength. We're playing with lifting one heel and lifting the other, and our progression is to lift both together and hold and breathe in this pose. So legs are wide, heels are lifted. Breathe deeply in and out through the nose here. One more deep inhale. As your heel bones, either alternating or both together, come to the floor, your hands come to the heart, and go ahead and bend the knees a little more and come nice and upright. Working into balance on our right side. Ground into the right foot and turn the left 5 toes to face the same direction you are facing right now. And as you bend into this right knee, and the progression will be a dynamic movement, you're going to lift up and shift and tilt into star pose. The progression here, palms of the hands face each other, and we exhale as the knee comes between our 2 elbow bones. Inhale here. Exhale. This is the progression. It is dynamic. One more time. Exhale. And inhale. Let's hold here and tilt a little more. Maybe take your gaze up. Another progression. That's not easy. And bring your foot down to the floor. Woo. Shake it out right here. Take the left foot, turn the left 5 toes. Bend into the knee, side angle pose. Half circle and reverse. Go ahead and come upright and straighten the left leg. Push the right hip bone back. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Bend the knee. Straighten the leg and come into reverse triangle. Taking your time from reverse triangle, bend into the knee once again and take all 10 toes to turn out. One more round of horse pose. Arms lift, sit back and breathe deep into the inner thigh. And feel free to alternate lifting heels, or maybe it's a switch on this round and both heels lift together. Completely choose what you would like today. We have one more, either alternating heels or one more breath in and out with our heel bones lifted. Slowly bring the heels to the floor and we're going to move into balance. So all 10 toes face the same direction as you. And we slowly progress in star pose. So there's a shifting action onto our left foot. Right foot lifts into the air. You can hold here, or our progression is the dynamic movement. Knee in towards the rib cage and the 2 elbows. Inhale here. Continue to move in the pose. If you would like that progression, absolutely here. One more time. And then adding in stillness if there was movement, or staying in stillness. The progression now is to start to tilt upright with the side of the body and the chin and gaze. Very challenging. Release and bring your foot to the floor. Shake everything out, legs come together. Rolling the shoulders back, you'll come to the front space of where you were practicing. Inhale, reach up, and exhale and swan dive to the floor. Halfway lift on inhale, and as hands come to the mat, feet step back, and you can move through high and low plank. You can push back to downward dog, and we are going to meet from our downward facing dog, stepping our feet through. And once the feet have stepped through, both legs will lengthen forward. And we're going to add in a little bit of twist, and we're going to add in from this as well a little bit of stretch. So as the legs are lengthened, you can point and flex your feet a little bit. Arms will reach up, breath in. On the exhale, hinge at the hip bones and fold. And then take your time, lift up, And cross one thigh, right thigh, on top of left. The foot comes to the floor, readjust your sits bones. Flex into the left foot and take the opposite arm, left tricep, hook it over the thigh and gently twist. Look over your opposite shoulder here. You'll look forward, and then we're going to take the leg that we have bent right now and cradle the leg between the crook of our arm and our hand here and move it from side to side. Then you'll gently let your ankle rest on the thigh, but it will bypass your kneecap. Very important. Hands will come behind you and you'll bend the left leg and put the foot on the floor and then just gently let your leg move side to side. Windshield wiper, we call this. So our hips actually saw a lot of stretch already in our standing postures. If you're feeling a little bit of missing out from that, that is where we have found a lot of our hip stretching today. I want us to twist one more time in our same twist, Marichi pose. So as our leg lengthens, sit nice and upright through the sits bones and hook the tricep over thigh and twist again in the same direction. We have 3 inhales and 3 exhales here. And we'll slowly revolve and let it go. Lengthen both legs forward, readjust the sits bones, breath in, exhale and hinge forward. We have our other side, we have our inversion, and we have Shavasana to come here. Take your time, sit nice and upright. You'll bring the left thigh across the right with the foot kickstand to the floor and hook the opposite tricep to gently twist here. Relax your shoulders down. Breathe into the pose. And you'll look forward. And you'll gently cradle your leg into your hand, your arms, and you'll slowly let it move side to side. Ankle will come over your thigh, and you'll gently bend the other leg to add some leverage into a gentle windshield wiper hip opening here. We have our appearance of the namesake of many of our poses, the dog here, the doge. One more time, we're gonna add our twist. So legs lengthen, no. And seated nice and upright, we're going to hook the tricep, gentle twist here. Marichi pose. One more deep inhale. And go ahead and exhale and release. We're going to come down onto the floor for an inversion this morning. So as you lower down to the mat, the knees can gently hug into the chest and there'll be this little rock to the right and left here. We're going to take a hip opener again here, one of my favorite poses, happy baby pose. So the feet will come up towards the sky, the ceiling in your home. You'll take your hands and you have options to either grab pinky toe side of each foot or peace fingers around the big toe. And you'll let yourself gently rock to the right and left. Watching the tailbone, the sacrum, you want to have the tailbone seated on the floor and not bubbling off the floor in this pose. We're going to see it one more time, but again, hug the knees into the chest gently. And we'll move into an inversion from here. So an inversion of your choice, the inversion that I'm going to take this morning is going to be to simply bring my legs into the air. So using a wall or a prop is actually going to give you that little bit of diagonal. I can make this little diamond shape of my thumb and my index finger underneath my sacrum if I don't have a prop to lift the hips slightly higher, but I'm definitely going to feel that on my finger a little bit since I have weight there. You can close your eyes in this pose. If you take a different inversion of your choice, maybe it's shoulder stand. For me, there's a lot happening with the neck right now, so that is a pose that I typically avoid if there's anything going on with the neck. It's a lot of compression. If you are not feeling compression there, by all means, shoulder stand is a great option. I'm going to walk you through, as always, coming out of shoulder stand after 3 more breaths. So those of you taking shoulder stand, the legs are lifted, the hands are at your low back, and your elbows are pulled in and on the floor. You're going to bring the legs over your head on your next inhale, and that is called plow pose. You're going to flatten your 2 arms, palm sides on the floor. Draw the navel really closely into the back of your spine and lower each vertebrae one at a time. See if you can do that with minimally lifting your head. We're going to hug the kneecaps into the chest. Little rock side to side. And feet are going to come to the floor. And there's going to be a gentle sway of each leg side to side. And we're taking happy baby pose one more round. So you'll gently ground the low back into the floor, hug the knees into the chest, again, the peace fingers, or I like to take pinky toe side of each foot. Little rock side to side here. If you have anything that keeps you warm, comfortable, you're going to maybe use that as well. As we're going to come into Shavasana after a twist here. So go ahead and just gently bring the feet to the floor and let the legs gently fall to the right. Look over the left. You'll come back onto all of your back. The legs will gently fall over to the other side. You'll look away from them and over your shoulder. The knees are bent. The sides of the feet are on the floor. Coming back onto your back. Shavasana is where we're going, so I welcome you and encourage you to grab any props that you would like to use, blankets or sweatshirt or socks, and let yourself just ease into this pose. And we're once again just coming to that stillness of our breath where we began our practice. Maybe take a nice, really big good morning stretch, interlacing the fingers over the head and pointing and flexing your feet as they are lengthened out from you. Just to feel some length and action in your whole body. And from that, you'll just gently let yourself come into Shavasana pose. Eyes can close. Going to slowly begin to move your fingers and begin to move your toes and wrist and ankle, and hug the knees gently into your chest. Feel free to roll onto a side of your body. Breathe in a deep inhale and a deep exhale on this side. And from that, you'll slowly begin to walk your hands along the ground or rock and roll from the back, coming back to easy seated pose together. The hands will gently come to your heart. Your shoulders will relax. And we will breathe a breath in together. And a breath out together. Namaste.